This is the MOTORCOP Chronicles podcast with the midweek news. Join your hosts, Iceman and Holstera, two law enforcement professionals ready to offer their unfiltered opinions on the latest news from the world of law enforcement. No filters, no edits. So be warned, the content may be upsetting to some listeners. Sit down and hold up. This may get a little bumpy.
Welcome to MOTORCOP Chronicles podcast, take 3 of the midweek news report here. I know in the intro says no edits, but trust me, we had some technical difficulties.
Yeah, shit's real.
So internet issues is abounding with us tonight. So hopefully this will be the good and final version of it, and hopefully Wednesday next week we'll be live again. So we'll start this shit over again.
Yeah, so to break it down, Iceman has some debris fall on a cable line, so he don't got internet.
The debris truck ripped the cable line down.
Right.
I mean, I appreciate him so much doing that and not informing me of it at all.
And then the guy they sent out to repair it, even though it's an outside repair, decided, I can't fix it because I can't get in the house. It's an outside repair guy.
It's outside repair. Yes.
Yeah.
So I'm
that was classic.
Taking a day off tomorrow so I can make sure I'm here for when they get here to get my shit fixed. So let's keep our fingers crossed on it.
You can't even make this shit up.
All right. So we're going to start this back over again. We'll start with a feel-good story before we get into the bullshit. This story is from Police One, and Susie Ziegler was the author of it. It says Chicago cops help wounded officers celebrate son's 11th birthday. After being shot in both legs Friday night, the Chicago police officer was unable to host the birthday party she had planned for her son, so her fellow officers stepped up. According to CBS Chicago, officers staged a motor parade for the 11-year-old to lift his spirits. The officers brought gifts and ran their sirens to celebrate. The son seemed to be a little down, said Commander Roderick Watson. Well, I'm sure he was. His mom had just got shot in the leg, both of her legs.
Hey, it could be a lot worse.
Well, yeah. But he's 11, so.
Yeah.
But we actually made this a special moment for him, even when his mom wasn't able to get out and do so. So, yes, that was a great thing. The wounded officer, who was asked to stay anonymous, made it outside with her walker to thank everyone. I'm here for my baby's birthday, and you all made it so special for us, the officer said, according to CBS Chicago. Thank you so much. The shooting suspect, 26-year-old Aaron Jenkins, is charged with 2 counts of attempted first-degree murder. I don't know about the shooting or anything like that. That's the end of the story. Wasn't long. I'm just saying they her squad mates most likely, or whatever, her shift people got together and did this for her.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
It was a good thing. I'm sure they did it on their off time, so they're going to take care of her and her son.
I'm so interested in the fact
I'm just
that
glad
she was shot.
She didn't die. She got shot in the legs, but they said she got shot Friday and she was already walking on a walker. So that's.
Yeah, she must have taken, I mean, any time you're shot, it sucks. But I want to know what the details of that is. He shot her once in each leg, and she never got a shot off?
I don't know. I haven't heard the story.
I mean, I'm not going to Monday morning quarterback it, but that just sounds weird.
Do yourself a little deep dive into it. If you ain't got nothing else better to do.
Yeah, right. No, I won't be doing that. So, no, this is about Precious.
Yeah, we need to do a deep dive on Precious Johnson.
They still haven't found her.
They still haven't found her?
Today. Nope, she's still on the run.
Well, if anybody knows where Precious Johnson is in New Orleans, I'm sure she's still in the city.
Yeah, let her know. We want her on the podcast.
Yeah, I'm sure she'll come too since she's wanted.
Yeah. If I could still hear that intro, that 2 law enforcement professionals, and she'll be like, uh-oh.
You want to read the first one I sent from policemag.com about the Milwaukee chief?
Police mag. I got Police 1, Minnesota. Texas, Missouri.
It was
Washington?
No, this is Milwaukee.
ACLU. 8-year-old.
No,
Missouri? No.
it's Milwaukee. See, that's why we're unedited and unprepared. So usually I have everything written down and everything when we're live, and this is just kind of off the cuff.
Yeah, we were ready. It was weird. I don't have that one, Bob.
No, I thought I sent it to you. But
yeah, I got 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 stories left. So he must.
We probably ain't gonna get all to them. No, I'm on our text messaging, so I sent it. You just lost it. You lost it. Anyway, this is from another police website. Story was from the 29th today. It says ousted Milwaukee chief to head police in Madison suburb. Addison Morales, who was forced out as Milwaukee's police chief over his handling of protests and riots last year, was selected Monday to be the next chief of a suburban Madison police department. I don't know the background. I don't know if he was doing a good job, bad job, anyway, but I guess he got run off for whatever he did with these riots. Anybody wants to know or let us know, y'all do a deep dive on them. Excuse my sniffling, I'm having sinus issues. The Pittsburgh, Wisconsin Police and Fire Commission voted 3-2 to hire Morales, who had been criticized in Milwaukee and demoted in August of 2020. A judge later overturned Morales' demotion and said he could return as chief, but the city and Morales reached a settlement. So I'm taking, when they say judge, it had to be a civil service issue that a judge overturned his demotion or
yeah,
whatever.
I've never heard that ever.
It had to be due with civil service. Anyway, the city's like, we don't want you back. We'll give you a payout if you don't come back. His payout. You sitting down, Holstera?
Oh, I think this is one I even texted you about this. I couldn't believe a judge weighed in.
Yeah.
But it was like 600 or something, wasn't it?
His payout, they gave him $627,000.
And then he went to another department and got a job?
Over $500,000. They gave him $627,000. The Pittsburgh mayor, Aaron Richardson, said he supports his city's police and fire commission in its decision to select Morales. Asked whether he was concerned about the way Morales left Milwaukee, Richardson said he believes that if there were any concerns, the commission would have chosen the other finalist, Salt Lake City Police Department Captain Vic Seinbenick or whatever. So anyway, it's not a very long story. I just wanted to read it because this motherfucker basically got fired in Milwaukee for whatever job he did. So he must have done something.
Over $500,000, and then he went and got another job.
And they hire him as a chief of police in a whole nother department.
So I'm assuming he's a head cracker. And when they started rioting, he probably sent them out there to go smash heads. And that's when, the mayor of whatever that place was like, no, let them burn things down. They're mostly peaceful protests. And, he probably got demoted for that.
I don't know. I'm just amazed on.
I mean, I'm glad he got himself a new house and a new car, for free. All he had to do was get fired. That's amazing.
I mean, I'll take. Jesus Christ.
That's the most American thing I've heard all day.
Right? I mean.
Wow.
I was trying to look up real quick and see why he
That's messed up. I literally opened it and read it on my phone and then mentioned it in a text to you. And I didn't forward it to my own email.
I was just seeing. I was trying to see what he did to get ousted.
I bet money that's it. Because if he was a let's just say non-conservative police chief that didn't back
I
his
don't know if he was
officers.
leaning one way or the other. That's what I was trying to find out, but I
Gotcha.
don't know. I'm not gonna have dead air time for it, but
Nah, we'll figure that out later.
$627,000.
It's a good payday.
It's an extremely good payday.
And it's a settlement, so he don't have to pay taxes on it. Fun fact.
So, and now he's running a whole nother department. I'm sure this smaller city department's not paying him that amount of money, but I mean, fuck, he's got enough money. I mean, he just
Yeah, that's great.
wow. Do you have the one about the Austin Police Department?
Massively defunded.
That is correct.
All right, I got one.
From
All right, let's go.
Law Enforcement Today.
Yep. I love them. Them and Police One has some really good stories. Massively defunded Austin police officers to stop responding to non-emergency calls. Wait a minute, what? Austin, Texas. With a staffing crisis adversely affecting the Austin Police Department and also being 1 year removed from City Council's vote to defund the police budget by up to $150 million, which is huge. Officials have announced that sworn police officers will no longer be responding to non-emergency calls. That is bullshit.
Hold on, I'm gonna call Austin Police Department 911 real quick.
Hello, you've reached the police department's voicemail. Pay close attention as we update choices often as new and unusual circumstances arrive. Please select one of the following options. To whine about us not doing anything to solve a problem that you created, press 1. To inquire as to whether someone has to die before we'll do something about a problem, press 2. To report an officer for bad manners when in reality the officer is trying to keep your neighborhood safe, press 3. If you'd like us to raise your children, press 4. If you'd like us to take control of your life due to your chemical dependency, press 5. If you'd like us to instantly restore order to a situation that took years to deteriorate, press 6. To provide a list of officers you personally know so we will not take enforcement action against you, press 7. To sue us or tell us you pay our salary and you'll have our badge, or to proclaim our career is over, press 8. To whine about a ticket and or complain about the many other uses for police rather than keeping your dumb ass in line, press 9. Please note your call may be monitored to assure proper customer support, and remember, we're here to save your butts, not kiss them. Thanks for calling your local police department, and have a nice day.
And they just hang up on you.
Yeah, I just hung up on you. How's precious?
Oh God. Oh God. Okay, let's keep going with this shit show. However, not all non-emergency calls will be devoid of some sort of physical response, as Austin police officials have confirmed that certain calls may result in civilian police. Yeah, that can't end badly.
Yeah, well, first of all,
employees being dispatched.
I want to know what the fucking civilian police are.
Are they talking like rent-a-cop? No,
it can't be. I mean, I don't know what it. How is it a civilian police? It's got to be somebody with no arrest powers or anything
I know,
like that. I mean,
Texas has constables that are not normal cops.
Well, I don't know. I'd love to know the clarification on a civilian police. Is this like,
it's the exact opposite of each other.
Just the guy that used to, deliver pizzas, and he just goes upon, it's like, yeah, I won't be the police. They say you can't be a police, but you can be a civilian police.
I mean, not emergency. I mean, they could send, like, our county has those little volunteers, because, like, if somebody got a car stolen, then you're going to have to send somebody out. All right, that's what I don't understand. Non-emergencies, that would include Grand Theft Auto, because the car is gone, so is the suspect. So it's
I just don't know. I just don't know what a civilian police is.
Well, let's just say Austin, Texas' crime rate's about to skyrocket.
Worse than it already is.
Yeah, such as crime scene technicians for evidence collection purposes. Oh, really?
I guess that's saying they'll say, all right, my house was got broken into, but the robbers ain't here no more. So instead of sending the cops out to write the report, they just send the crime scene out to do the scene or whatever. And they're like, okay, we got the evidence, or we don't have no evidence. Have a nice day.
See, I mean, I know they would do that, but the thing is, it's like, from an officer safety standpoint, if your home has been broken into when you get home, we don't want you going in the house. We want you telling us. We'll go in and make sure he ain't hiding in a closet. So yeah, that God. Starting in October, those reporting non-emergencies in Austin can expect to not see a sworn Austin police officer. Then I'd stop paying taxes. Such instances would be reported burglaries that are not actively in progress and or the suspect has left and vehicle collisions not resulting in injury. So it just covers it. Like we just said, somebody breaks in your house, they're like, tough shit, go inside.
Yeah,
we'll send somebody out in a couple days.
Well, how do you know they're not in there still?
I mean, it is Texas, so if you don't own a gun, I mean, but then again, Austin is like the California of Texas.
Then if you get in a crash, they're like, okay, well, y'all switch information. Have a nice day.
Are you dying? Because if you're not dying, we're not coming. Jesus. In these instances and others like them, instead, Austin residents calling 911, they're being directed to call 311 to file non-emergency reports.
That's because when they call 911.
Precious will hang up on them.
No.
The number you have reached, 911, has been changed to a non-published number. No further information is available about 911.
Welcome to Austin, Texas.
That's great. Oh, God. Oh, yeah. I mean, do we keep going with this story? I mean, I think we pretty much beaten it like a dead horse.
No, I feel sorry for the people in Austin, Texas.
Oh, yeah. I mean, if you live in Austin, you should be pissed. I mean, you pay taxes for a reason.
But you have civilian police. And then they said, well, they gave them their money back for their budget, but now it's like they don't have enough cops. And guess what? Ain't nobody wants to be a cop over there. I know I wouldn't want to be a cop over there.
No,
I'd be like, fuck that. At least if you are a cop over there, your report writing has went down a ton.
Yeah, but you know any call you're going to is about to be a hot one, too.
Yeah, so, and I don't want to work for a place that obviously does not support me as a law enforcement officer.
Right.
At all. So.
Yeah, what are they going to do about those proactive cops? I mean, I know it's very rare nowadays, but you still have those proactive cops.
Oh, you can't be proactive no more.
No, that's outdated, I guess. You know, so long with the community-orientated policing that meant so much to the public. Okay, what else we got?
Well, we have also from Police One. I think it's Minnesota City enacts new citation policy in the wake of Dante Wright killing.
Oh God, is this going to be another one like that?
We talked on because supposedly they pulled him over because they tried to say that they pulled him over because he had one of them little Christmas trees hanging from his rearview mirror.
Right.
Which I don't think that's why they pulled him over. I think that's what they tried to say.
The 28 came back to a warrant, didn't it?
Yeah, he had warrants out for his arrest.
Yeah.
I know, most people know when you drive past a car and it has like 15 black ice Christmas trees hanging from the rearview mirror.
The felony forest.
Well, most of the time, if I was looking, that'd be a car I'd look for something to pull over to because most of the time they got weed in the car or something like that. Because for some reason, people that smoke weed think a whole bunch of them black ice Christmas trees hide the scent of weed. No, it just smells like black ice weed now. So, but yeah, I mean, it's kind of like yep, they smoked dope. It's like, stop doing it. It's stupid. It's like, but all the other people that smoke weed, I mean, the Christmas tree company, them people make a fucking fortune.
Yeah, they do.
I like the way it smells too, but you know what? And it's not against the law. I don't believe it's against the law anyway to hang that from your. I've never seen anybody make a traffic stop for anything hanging.
It is here in Florida.
Anything from a rearview mirror. And
in Florida, you're not allowed to have anything below the AS1 line.
Well, if it is here, nobody's ever enforced it. I've been a traffic cop forever, but I've never made a traffic stop because somebody got a whole bunch of Christmas trees. I'm like, yeah, they probably got something in their car. When I do use them, I try to hang them because I just don't want the fucking shit hanging there. I don't like shit hanging from my mirror. But
Right.
anyway, Brooklyn Center. Was that Minnesota, Minneapolis, whatever? On Tuesday, took the first step in reforming public safety by instructing police officers to release offenders they cite for low-level crimes and take them into custody only when the law requires them to do so. I don't know what they do up there, but that's kind of what we already do. We have a thing called misdemeanor summons. If we stop you and you just had a little misdemeanor shit, we're going to basically like write you a ticket for it. And basically it's just a subpoena saying, hey, you got to come to court on this day.
Yeah,
So
and
instead of me bringing you to jail and actually booking you in jail, it's the same thing except you get a ticket for it. So I don't know. I mean, maybe they didn't have that. Under the new citation and release policy, we just call them misdemeanor summons. They make it sound like, catch and release. I'm catching fish and just putting them back in. Policy officers can issue a citation for misdemeanor and gross misdemeanor offenses. I don't know what a gross misdemeanor is. I mean, because here we just
That's where you do it while you're naked.
we have misdemeanors and felonies. I don't know if they like shit themselves, pee-peed in their pants, or did they throw up on somebody. I don't know what makes it gross. I don't know.
I'm gonna pee in your cop car.
Maybe they were snorting sardine carcasses or something. I don't know. So let the person go. The policy also requires officers to attempt. This fucking shit is so stupid. The policy also requires officers to attempt to de-escalate situations and try alternatives to avoid taking people into custody. I already do that. I mean, I don't know. I don't know. I mean, I always try to de-escalate. I don't go over there and it's like, oh, this dude's too calm. Hey, your mama sucks dicks, and try to piss them off, No, but this is fucking stupid. Cops already try to de-escalate the situation.
It's like, do you always dress like an idiot?
This is what you get when you get politicians and bureaucrats writing shit. Oh, and then. And documenting I can't even say that word. And documenting in writing all efforts taking place. I mean, they want you to write down all the things you did.
They have a thing like a use of force matrix for talking to people
I
now?
don't know. It says documenting in writing all efforts taken before placing the person under arrest. I usually put that shit in my report. I ask the subject to do this. I mean, it's part of the report. So again, this is shit they're already doing. Fucking idiot. This Mayor Elliott. This
ain't the same town that the DA refused to press charges.
No. This is a whole different.
There's two different idiots.
Yeah. This is all these woke cities. Today we are taking another step forward in our collective work here we go. This is how you know it's a woke city. Our collective work to reimagining public safety. That one word right there, reimagining.
There's no imagination in public safety.
Brooklyn Center, said Mayor Mike Elliott. These steps move us closer to ensuring there is more equity in how we conduct public safety. No, it's shit that they were probably already doing, and you're a dumbass and don't know shit about police work, and now you think it's equity. No, you dumb motherfucker. The big idea is for officers to explore alternatives to avoid creating a criminal record, said City Attorney Troy Gilchrist. Pretty sure most cops, I don't know about, maybe up there they don't, but out here, I do my damnedest, try not to put people in jail. The people I do arrest, them motherfuckers, trust me, they deserve to go to jail because I don't like arresting people. I've never enjoyed arresting people.
See, that's where we differ because I always loved it, especially around dinner time because the jail around here had the best food.
The policy crafted by the mayor, city manager, and the police chief is aimed at keeping people who don't have the financial means to make bail out of jail if they are stopped for a minor traffic infraction. Guess what? Don't break the law and you won't go to jail.
Hey, that sounds like a good concept.
I'm sorry you don't have the money for bond or bail or whatever like that. I mean, I don't think, you know what? You don't want to do it. Don't break the fucking law.
This next part's just pandering.
Don't do stupid shit. Yeah. Oh, here. Yeah. This is how we know it. Quote, many people of color, particularly black men, carry trauma from an experience or many when being pulled over by the police, said City Council member Marquita Butler. This policy is important and needed to ensure we don't have any more deaths as a result of minor traffic infraction. You don't want any more deaths? You don't want to get shot. Just listen.
Hey, don't break the law.
Just listen.
You know?
Don't break the law. Listen. If they tell you to do something, listen. Don't reach for a fucking gun. I mean, I understand this, Dante, right? I mean, the woman shot him accidentally thinking it was her taser.
Right.
Was it wrong? Yes, it's wrong. She'll pay for it. I mean, it was a tragic mistake. She did not go out with the intention to kill this man. Okay. So, yeah. But don't these motherfuckers make it sound like, yep, scroll there. I pulled over a black guy.
Also,
I pulled over. Hey, Jeffro, I pulled over a black dude. You want to shoot this one? Or do you want me to do it?
Yeah, I tell you what.
It don't happen like that. You know what? Knock on wood. I've never had to shoot no one. I don't want to shoot anyone. I don't want to shoot anyone.
Hell no, there's too much paperwork.
I don't want to shoot a person. Okay. All these news media, that's the first thing they put in there is color. I don't want to shoot a person, a human being, period.
It sucks.
The policy grew out of Dante Wright and Kobe DeMock Hessler Community Safety and Violence Prevention Resolution that the City Council passed in May. The measure was passed after 2 black men were killed during encounters with police and calls for a new city department to oversee public safety, among other changes. Under the policy, officers will be allowed to make an arrest in cases of felony offenses or if an officer deems a suspect poses a threat to themselves, to property, or the public.
I would bet money on both of them guys that did that were going to cause harm to somebody.
Yeah. I mean, it's just only the citation policy went into effect Tuesday, and the city continues to work on implementing other aspects of the resolution passed in May. Those include issuing unarmed civilians to handle minor traffic violations.
Uh-oh. Oh, you're telling me civilians going to be running around able to pull people over?
You going to have Joe Blow pull over somebody who is this motherfucker ain't a cop. He is unarmed. He's going to approach a vehicle.
A lot of dead people.
There's going to be, oh, Lord almighty Jesus. This is, that's the stupidest shit I ever heard in my life.
Can you imagine?
I want to know
who pulled over and a guy in a t-shirt's behind you.
What's he going to walk up to with a t-shirt that says not a cop?
Yeah, Grandma Karen's going to be pulling you over going, hey, I need your driver's license. No, you ain't getting it.
Yeah, what you going to do about it? Arrest me?
Yeah.
Oh,
you going to tase me? You ain't got a taser.
You can't arrest me. You're not a cop. Fuck you.
Yeah.
I want to know who's the dumbass that actually wants this job that's going to walk up to a car that you don't know who's in it unarmed and probably wouldn't. Oh, Lord almighty.
A severe leftist that believes that you should send social workers to domestic violence calls.
And Creation and Implementation Committee composed of residents, including residents who have been detained by Brooklyn Center Police, to review and make recommendations for future changes as outlined in the resolution. So why don't y'all just go get the motherfuckers out to jail and say what y'all need done so the cops won't fuck with y'all no more? So, I mean, that's basically what you're asking for.
I mean, that's right up there with the what do they call them? Chicago, where they got the zero chase policy.
Yeah. Hey, boss, can Zarify chase this dude? He just shot somebody. Oh, never mind, he's gone.
Yeah, he's a mile down the road now.
Yeah.
Jesus.
This indicates a city willing to learn from past mistakes and is committed to moving forward with evidence-based, meaningful policies, said Marina Mohammed, policy associate at ACLU of Minnesota. Okay, yeah. A city council approved the creation of the project manager to head the Community Safety and Violence Prevention Implementation Committee on a 3-2 vote. I mean, the fucking name of it needs its own committee by itself. Elliott was hopeful and implement. I can't even say it again. Implementation committee could be assembled in the next couple of months, and that more sweeping changes could be in place by next spring, but that the timeline is being driven by our need to ensure before there's another fatality. Yep, just running and gunning.
Yeah, that's insanity.
Tuesday move was cheered on by Brian Fullman of the Barbershops and Black Congregation Cooperative.
Yeah, because now everybody's going to be able to run from the cops and they can't go after you.
Well, they can be running from the cops because it's not the cops ain't pulling them over.
Dude, I mean, that's...
It says it opens up a conversation on how we can have public safety, he said. The public's about to be a whole lot less safe. It encouraged the community to use their voice every step of the way and reserves the dignity and respect of every resident. Police reform in the city of about 31,000 residents became a hot button issue after they just repeating themselves. The city endured nights of protest and some vandalism they were burning shit down. That's what y'all call vandalism.
And it ain't even going to matter because now the people burning things down, you can't really do nothing about it. They just put a policy in place that protects criminals. So every criminal loves this idea now.
Yeah. The new policy comes in as the city is down to 38 officers from 44 at the beginning of the year. It also
wonder why.
As the city looks hard at how it spends its money and how it will allot funds to enact change. Currently, about 43% of the city budget is directly for police and public safety. They said the citation policy is not final and changes are likely after data is collected. We are going to continue to evolve, Elliott said. Jesus Christ. I don't know where this Brooklyn Center is, but if I lived there, I'd be moving the fuck out of there.
They're not evolving, they're devolving.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
You can't reduce the size of the police force and hope that more people are better people.
Oh, my God. I want to know. You know them YouTube videos they have?
Of the auditors or whatever?
No, of the retarded policemen.
Yeah.
That's what y'all be pulling them over. And y'all can say whatever you want. That's the name of the video. The dude calls himself the retarded policeman. So
yeah, he's actually a movie star. He's been in a couple movies where
go right ahead, go watch them, and that's what y'all gonna get pulling people over in this town here. It's fucking just great. Great.
Yeah.
Oh Lord, I'm so glad I don't work in one of these departments.
Well, I mean, you wonder why they're losing people, and this is going to make them lose even more. Because you're going to have people laughing in the cops' faces going, you can't do shit, bitch. And it's going to piss them off, and they're going to go, you know what? I'm going to move somewhere else and go work for a department that actually cares about me. I just can't believe anybody still lives in those states.
You want to read the next one? The 5 Texas police officers?
Yep.
This is such a good
5
story.
Texas police officers sue Tesla over autopilot crash. Okay. Montgomery County, Texas. 5 Texas police officers are suing Tesla over injuries they sustained in February when a Tesla Model X crashed into them, according to KPRC Houston. The car reportedly was in autopilot function at the time of the crash. According to KPRC, the lawsuit alleges Tesla hasn't done enough to address the issue with its autopilot system. The suit claims all officers were badly injured. Well, yeah, they were hit by a 4,000-pound car. The officers want to hold Tesla accountable and force Tesla to publicly acknowledge and immediately correct the known defects inherent in its autopilot and collision avoidance system, particularly as those impacts the ongoing safety of our nation's first responders. Well, I mean, I think it affects everybody. I don't think they're just out there ramming cop cars. This suit reads in part, never mind, that's part of that first one. The officers are seeking damages between $1 million to $20 million for injuries and permanent disabilities, according to KPRC. Wow. The suit also says the autopilot system has been linked to 12 other crashes inside the United States involving first responders. Oh, I didn't know that stat. That's, maybe they are targeting cops. Tony Busby, whose law firm filed the suit, said that the flashing lights on the police cars could be giving the autopilot trouble. Upon research, what we have discovered is this is happening all over the country, Busby told KPRC. Apparently, the defect that exists is when the police lights are flashing, it makes the Tesla on autopilot not detect the vehicle. Yeah, that's a flaw. Montgomery County deputies evade serious injury in Tesla crash.
So thus the whatever camera, whatever they're using for this car to drive itself, the police lights are messing it up, and it's like making it invisible, so it just drives right on into it like it's not there. It's probably at speed. What I want to know is where's the motherfucker sitting behind the steering wheels, like saying, "I'm about to run into this fucking shit. I better press on the brakes."
See, Tesla is covered, and I think that this will get thrown out of court. Either that or Tesla will settle and make them shut up. Because it's straight inside of their guidelines when they sell you a Tesla. It's also in the instruction manual and everything on those cars. That you have to be holding onto the steering wheel. I don't know if you do that or not. If you take your both hands off the steering wheel, the car will automatically stop itself.
I don't know. I like to drive my own car, so I don't.
Don't get me wrong. I wouldn't mind.
I don't trust a computer with my life. I'm sorry. And you know what else I really like? Can you guess?
Not dying.
No, I like big V8 gas guzzling fucking engines is what I like.
Well, they can make bubble noises if you want. You can change the noise it makes when you're ready.
I do not want a power wheel.
See, I like them, but that's where me and yours opinion is completely off the rails.
I want just gas guzzling, just pollution making. Detroit
me
muscle.
too. My jacked up Hemi. You know,
I want horsepower. I want, I don't want, all right, honey, did you remember to plug the car in tonight? I mean, I just told you I got my electric bill in with Demco over here that's giving us a energy surcharge, and I used $199 worth of electricity, but my bill with their surcharge is $420. Could you imagine if I got to plug my car in too?
Yeah,
just plug the car
always
on.
It's stupid until you get solar. It don't make sense. It's not. You're just doing the same thing.
Why don't they make them with? Why don't they just do this and just like make it with like a?
The roof is solar panels. I thought that the entire time.
A big key on the back of it, and you just gotta like wind the key up until the spring's real tight, and you can just go down the road. Or you can get some.
Said, why don't they make the roof out of solar panels?
Why don't you just get some hamsters? How many hamsters? I got me a 15 hamster power car. Never mind's 14. I think that one's dead.
Dear Lord. So to usually on our podcast, you would be able to see this photo that's on here.
The crash was horrendous. They had a picture. The crash is horrendous.
Yeah. From underneath the windshield all the way to the hood, the nose of the car is missing. The windshield shows visible damage of maybe a head impact, so somebody wasn't wearing their seatbelt.
That's probably why they're suing Tesla, because the person in the Tesla probably 10-7 dead. Went DR.
Yeah.
He's probably DRT right there. He's probably
true.
On Facebook or something, flipping and letting the car drive and just.
To tell you the truth, the back of that Tahoe he hit don't look terrible.
But how they wasn't outside of the car and they got hit?
Well, I'm sure they were on a 1050. That's why the lights were on.
So.
Yeah. Or they were sitting there with their leg out the door open like I used to do, stroking out a citation.
I don't know.
Screw that.
Keep them. I like gas. I like gas cars.
I like them too, but now, with our current administration making it almost $4 a gallon, and I get like 6 miles to the gallon in my truck, it kind of sucks.
You okay there? You're coughing.
Ain't me. I don't know who that was.
You're coughing in the background. Ghost.
One of my kids or something.
It's a ghost.
Just a guy hiding in the closet.
Yeah. The next story will be from the Washington Post. And this one is an 8-year-old died in a shootout at a football game. Police probably killed her, the prosecutor says. This story kind of pissed me off too.
Yeah, it's absurd.
Anyway, it's about Derek Hawkins. The Friday night high school football game had just finished. 8-year-old Fanta Bitley and her older sister were leaving the field in Sharon Hill, PA, when gunshots erupted in the street nearby. As the crowd scrambled for cover, 3 police officers monitoring the exit drew their service weapons and returned fire, authorities said. Fanta was killed when a round struck her neck. Her sister and 2 others were injured in the hail of bullets. In the months since the August 27th shooting, police have not arrested suspects or named the officers involved, prompting outcry from civil rights leaders and community members who accused authorities of slowing the investigation of the shooting that killed a young black girl, like her color had anything to do with it. It didn't. On Monday, the prosecutor handling the case announced that his office had determined with near certainty, not 100%, just near, just like right around the corner, that police fired the shots that killed Fanta and wounded the others, raising the possibility that the officers could face charges.
This pisses me off, yeah.
Delaware County District Attorney Jack, whatever his freaking name is, Stosselmeyer, I guess he's a Democrat because I got a D behind his name, said
No, he just likes the D.
He just likes the D. Said investigators were reviewing whether the officers who have been placed on administrative duties broke the law by using deadly force. If somebody was shooting at them.
Yeah, I mean, what do they want them to do? Please stop.
I'll get my opinion in a minute. He is also petitioning for a grand jury to consider evidence presented by his office, a tool prosecutors often turn to when witnesses are not cooperating. Let me tell y'all something about grand juries, people. A grand jury is going to basically do whatever the prosecutor wants them to do. If the prosecutor wants them to indict, they'll pretty much indict. They don't want them to indict, they won't indict. I'm just telling you from experience, okay? Just telling you from experience. I'm not making that shit up. I'm not going to tell you how I know or whatever, but trust me, I know, okay? When they say grand jury, it's basically up to the prosecutor, DA, if they're going to get indicted or not.
Yeah, he gets to pick his own people to go in there.
And surprise, and most likely the way this prosecutor's talking, he'll get an indictment because that's what he wants. Anyway, Mr. DA said he met with the girl's family members Monday to update them on the progress. He cautioned that the grand jury, once impaled, could take weeks or more to complete its work. What? Weeks? Usually they do the stuff and they give you a thing that day.
Yeah, it's one day.
I understand the community's desire for closure, he said in a statement, but asked instead for continued patience as we work to provide justice and accountability for all the victims of this tragedy. The Sharon Hill Police Department didn't respond to a request for comment. The shooting in the majority black working class Philadelphia suburb, which why does this have to do with anything?
Racial justice. Like that officer pulled his weapon and said, "Oh, you see that 8-year-old little girl?"
Yeah, watch this. Hold my beer. Rekindled anger over policing that racial justice advocates say is all too common in communities of color and nationwide. After weeks with few updates from investigators, member of the Delaware County Black Caucus nonprofits organization gathered at these people need to get some shorter fucking names for their organizations.
Some acronyms.
And they demanded answers. We have to be able to justify why a police officer or anyone else shot into a crowd of black and brown children. They're
being shot at.
I'm going to hold my comment to the end of it. Some NAACP Darby area president, Sheila Carter, a former police officer, according to the former, why isn't she still a cop? I love these people that were like cops for like 2 minutes and they like put that on there. Anyway, Bruce Castor, the attorney for Fanta's family, said relatives were left in the dark as the investigation progressed. The district attorney's announcement Monday helped alleviate some of their concerns. They left the courthouse feeling the district attorney is doing all that he can do, Castor said. In his announcement, the DA said the shooting at the Academy Park High football game started with a verbal confrontation among a group of young males about a block from the main entrance to the football field. As the gunfire rang out in the street, a car rounded the corner and passed in front of the officers assembled nearby. The gunfire combined with the movement of the vehicle I don't know what's wrong with me tonight. Anyway, it caused the responsive gunfire from the Sharon Hill police officers, he said. Investigators recovered 45 caliber and 9mm shell casings from the scene. More detailed forensic reports are forthcoming. In addition to representing Vanna's family, Castor is working with the family of a teen boy who was injured in the shooting as well. This motherfucker, Castor, he's just looking for a payday. This lawyer, he just...
Right.
He said the passengers of the driver were cut by glass that shattered when bullets pierced the window. He said the district attorney told him about 25 shots were fired. Some of those bullets passed through and missed the car and struck the spectators. It's our expectation for investigation will lead to the arrest of individuals involved. The DA also noted that Sharon Hill brought in an outside attorney and former prosecutor Kelly B. Hodge of the Fox Rothschild law firm to review the Sharon Hill Police Department policy and procedures related to the deadly force. What the fucking DA reviewing the cop shit for? I'd be telling you, if I was the police chief, I'd be like, my policies ain't got nothing to do with you, Mr. DA. Stay in your fucking lane.
Right.
Castor said the family was unsatisfied with the response from Sharon Hill officials. Of course, they're not happy. Nobody's ever happy. Investigating finally definitely the police fatally shot. If investigators find that they're shot, no, all right, it just goes on with that bullshit. My thing is, all right, obviously people were shooting at each other, which initiated the cops to return fire. Which ballistics ought to show. So
that's why I'm wondering. It's been weeks.
This ADA or this DA needs to shut his fucking mouth until the ballistics come back. Okay, stop running your mouth. If the ballistic comes back and it finds that cop's bullet is the one that killed that little girl, he's responsible. Is it murder?
No, it's manslaughter. He didn't intentionally
manslaughter or negligent homicide. What we call it. It's like negligent homicide is kind of like manslaughter.
It's like 5 years.
It's like, because as a police officer, I know, and every other cop should know, that whenever you fire that gun, you're responsible for that bullet. And if that bullet hit and killed that little girl, if the car was shooting at them or whatever, and they were shooting back at the car, I guarantee they got tunnel vision, but you have to look beyond that car and see what's behind you.
Target background, what lies beyond.
I took a dog bite when I was still in uniform. I responded. I forget what type of call it was, but I showed up, and they had a dog there. And, I don't know. Usually if a dog wags his tail and stuff at you, he's friendly or whatever. Well, this dog, This was a ninja dog. Okay. So he faked me out. He was like a Navy SEAL dog or something. But I walk up, and this was in the yard. There was 2 mobile homes in the yard, one directly in front of me, one to my right. So I'm walking up, I see this dog, and I'm like, "Hey, puppy," and he wags his tail at me. I'm like, "Oh, he's okay." So I took another step or two, and the dog, I don't know, he just got up and bit me. Like, he didn't bark, he didn't growl, he just got up and bit me on my leg.
That's
and
weird.
As I moved back, he bit me in my upper thigh area, close to my giblets.
No.
Yes, very close to him. But I drew my weapon, and even though I had a downward angle to shoot the dog, there was 2 little kids standing on the porch in the trailer directly in front of me. Was I worried that the kids were going to see me blow their dog's brains out? No, I wasn't worried about that. But what I did worry about was if I shot this dog and it hit the ground and ricocheted or did something that I wasn't in control of and went over there and hit one of these kids or somebody in that trailer.
You'd never be able to live with yourself.
And I'd be responsible for it. So what I did was I took that dog bite and got the hell out of the way and didn't fire the shot because of that. Because you have to be aware. Your situational awareness, you have to be. So unfortunately, if this if it is one of these cops' bullets that killed this little girl, this man's going to have to live with that shit the rest of, or woman, whoever it is, has going to live with this rest of his life. Negligent homicide, manslaughter, yes. Murder, no. He didn't.
But that's usually the way it happens when when you discharge your weapon and somebody was injured. You got to hand in your weapons. Usually, the state takes over, does an investigation, does the autopsy.
They should have ballistics already, in my opinion.
Oh yeah, you usually got them within a week.
So
they know who's at fault.
But something's up. I don't know. But this DA, until he can say definitively, yes, this is the bullet, he needs to shut his mouth up.
Right.
All right. We have two more stories. We're only going to do one because we're getting a little long. We only got 10 minutes left or so. We're not on a time frame. We can go 4 hours if we want to. I just like to keep it an hour. I know y'all listening out there. And
oh, no. Me and the Iceman can talk to each other for 4 hours straight.
So, I mean, but I just try to keep it an hour because I know it's hard to listen to a 3 or 4 hour podcast, and I'm not going to do that to y'all. I'm not going to. The other one we were going to read, I'll just throw the headline out. We're not going to read the story. Y'all can go look it up if you want. Is the ACLU of Louisiana is asking feds to investigate the Jefferson Parish Sheriff's Office over some kind of findings. If y'all want to go read it yourself, you can. It's on the Newsbreak app. I'll let you read the next one. I'm reading because it just kind of aggravates the fuck out of me too.
Is it Missouri or Washington?
This is Washington.
Oh yeah,
from Fox News. .com.
Well, Fox News got to be at least half right. Let's see. Washington school bans pro-police flag, claims it's political, but permits BLM and LGBTQ messages. Okay. I'm surprised they didn't say it was hate speech. A teacher in Washington State was ordered to take down a pro-police flag in her classroom over claims it is a political symbol, while messages supporting Black Lives Matter and LGBTQ pride flags are allowed in the school. It's good for me, not for thee. They told her that it's controversial to have that flag up, that it makes kids and staff feel unsafe, which to me, that does not make sense at all. The teacher's brother, Chris Sutherland, told the Jason Ranch show on KTTH of the situation. Sutherland is a former police officer with the Marysville Police Department in Washington, and his sister had hung up the blue line flag to support him in her classroom at Marysville Middle School. The flag was also surrounded by photos of her brother. The teacher who wishes to remain anonymous, well, we already know who her brother is, so it's pretty close to finding out who she is. The teacher who wishes to remain anonymous said an assistant principal at the school first took issue with the thin blue line sticker on her laptop. This sounds like a great school. The assistant principal said that there were concerns about how students, families, and community members might interpret what the image is intending to commute, and that this interpretation may cause a disruption to the learning environment, rants reporter after examining an HR document of the incident. The objection, however, were soon dropped, and the teacher later posted a flag in her classroom. A second assistant principal then ordered the flag to be taken down, and an HR representative for the district said in a letter of clarification to the teacher that the district was highly concerned about the impact of this political symbol on students, staff, and families of Maryville's middle school. They do realize cops are not bad.
Well, what gets me is Black Lives Matter flag or whatever. They like to burn and loot, and that's more political than anything.
Yeah, that's what it stands for: burn, loot, and murder.
You got the freaking gay pride flag up there, so now you promote. How do you know that's not offensive to me as a parent that you're promoting?
Oh, absolutely.
Homosexuality to my children, or this. So how about this? How about this? I mean, I know this is a novel idea, and it would be very controversial, and I hope I don't upset anyone with this. How about this? How about the only flag allowed in the classrooms
It's an American
is the
flag.
American flag. How about that? How about we take all the other bullshit out? All of them. Blue line flag, but all of it. One flag, the American flag, period. Period.
And you know what? Actually, that brings us up in mind that happened recently. My son was in middle school. We just took him into the school and all this good stuff. And they literally have it. Look, I don't care who you love. It ain't none of my business. Okay. You can love someone of your sex, gender. I don't care. I never have. I do me, you do you. That's the way I was raised. But they made any teacher that was gay put a rainbow flag on your door and say that they're LGBTQ friendly if you need assistance. What the hell does that matter in the 6th grade?
Well,
I don't get
old. I'm old now. Like I said, I'm 50. So I grew up. I went to school in the 70s and 80s. And when I was in school, and I'm not saying it's right at all. I'm not saying it's right at all. Like I said, I'm with Holstera in this. I don't care who you love. If you want to, if you're gay, you're gay. I don't care. That is your personal business. Okay.
Yeah, I ain't got to go home with them.
That's your personal business. I don't care. I don't look down on you or anything else like that. I mean, because personally, I don't care. To me, you're a human being, just like everybody else, and you just think differently than me on that fact, and that's fine with me. I don't care. But when I was growing up, and you kind of had our suspicions, of a female PE teacher or something like that. It's like, oh, she must be gay. But back in those days, if they would have said anything about it,
they'd have been fired.
They would have got fired from the job around school. Okay,
and I believe that's wrong.
Yeah, it is wrong because they wasn't doing nothing. They were doing their jobs. They were teaching and stuff like that. I'm saying that, but they went, but society went from this extreme
to the next,
all the way to this other extreme. Okay, if you look, my son's gay. Okay, and you know what? I had an argument with a very good friend of mine because he's like, well, he chose that, and I'm like, oh, hold on a minute. My son did not choose to be a homosexual. Okay. I told my mom, if she was still alive, she'd tell you, I told my mom when this boy was 3 years old. This boy was 3 years old. I looked at my mom and said, I think he's gonna be gay. Oh no, I said, I think he's gonna be gay. And she's like, maybe it's just a phase. His from the day he was old enough to start doing stuff, from 3-4 years old, he was always extremely feminine. He never did. I mean, I'd buy him cars and trucks, and they'd still stay in a wrapper. I mean, my son came out to me when he was 15 years old. Like I said, this is off topic story, but anyway, my son came out to me when he was 15 years old. He came to me and his mom were divorced, of course, and everything, but he came in the house and he's like, Dad, I just wanted to let you know I'm gay. I'm like, okay. And he's like, well, that's all you got to say about it? I'm like, I've just been waiting for you to figure it out, son. I've been knowing for a while. It's like, you are who you are, even though, he don't speak to me because if you go back to season 1, they had a podcast episode I did with me and my daughter, Chip, and he listened, I think, to about half of it, and he got pissed off, called me. We got into a little verbal disagreement, and I hung up on him, and that's been about a year ago. We ain't spoke since, and he's like, you talked about me? I was like, yeah, but if you listen to the whole thing, you say, I was proud of you and how you grew up to be a decent human being, and I was proud of you, but you didn't do that. You just hear what you want to hear. But that's his decision. But I still, don't look down on him for his sexual preference. He's still my kid regardless.
Right.
I have, I work with some people that are homosexual and stuff like that. I've had my uncle. I had an uncle he was gay. I got an aunt that's a lesbian. My family's just producing them like left and right. But
I can't hate them. I'm a lesbian.
I'm just saying it don't matter to me. So when I do make comments and if people get pissed off or offended, I'm sorry, but I'm like, I don't care if you're gay or not, but don't push it down people's throats.
Right.
Okay. Don't push it down people's throats. So my solution is this is a classroom where kids are supposed to be going to learn how to read, write, math and all that other good shit. Okay, learn about history and stuff like that. They're not there to have police crap shoved down their throat. They're not.
Yeah,
they're
the
not
teacher's
there.
opinion shoved down their throat.
They're not there to have Black Lives Matter shoved down their throat. They're not there to have gay stuff crept in there. They're not there to be told that because they're white, they're freaking racist automatically when they're born. They're there. Teachers need to start doing their fucking job is what they need to start doing and stop worrying about all this other crap. I don't know
That
what
would be
happened.
amazing.
I don't know what happened to the days when they actually used to teach shit. And now it's like Dear Abby and what's your opinion on everything. I don't care what this teacher believes in. I don't care who she voted for. You need to teach my kid how to read, write, and do arithmetic. Okay?
That's correct.
They don't need your political opinion on it.
Oh, I seen a TikTok video. Somebody made an LGBT flag like rainbow, but it was in the American flag. Like they literally took the stars and stuff and still had them there, but the stripes were rainbow. And I'm like, oh, and it was hanging where the American flag should be. They took the American flag down because it was offensive.
Yeah,
dude, I wanted to crawl through the screen.
Let me tell you what. Whoever finds, if you live in this country, and I doubt you're listening to me, and you think the American flag is offensive, like I said before, get the fuck out.
Yeah, we don't like you. If you don't like
there's a lot of vacancies in Haiti and in Mexico over there because there's a lot of empty houses.
Afghanistan will love you if you go there.
Yeah, go to Afghanistan. They'll like you.
Yeah, they're great people. They treat you nice.
Yeah. Right after they chop your head off.
Why do you think so many Americans stay back?
But I'll tell you, I got 3 flagpoles in my yard. They're about 20 feet tall. Big tall. I got a "Don't Tread on Me" one. Come and take it one. And in the middle one, the American flag. I'm flying a black American flag. If you don't know what it means, go on the internet. Go DuckDuckGo and put in black American flag meaning, and it'll tell you.
Yeah, I got a 6x10 flying out there right now. Same thing.
So, but these teachers, like I said, this is crap that they're going to make them take the thin blue line flag down. If you're going to take one down,
take them all down.
Take them all down. I don't think any of them, period, should be in the classroom. Period. The only flag that should be flown in the classroom is the American flag. Period. That's it. So.
Oh, down there in the bottom, after the story, it says California teacher who removed the U.S. flag suggested students pledge allegiance to the pride flag. Removed from classroom. That was the one I'm talking about.
No, she got fired though. No,
well,
that was a guy. I'm sorry, it was a guy. I did. No, they were. I think they were fired. One kid. Yeah. Look, if you want to suck, if you're a dude, you want to suck dick, go suck dick. Don't push it down my kid's throat.
Literally.
You hear me? So I said, if you want to do it, go do it. I don't care. Stop trying to shove it down everybody else's throat. So anyway, let's see what we're going to do for our hot nut story.
What the hell was the second one?
The second one, that was you asking me difficult question.
Well, I delete them after we read them.
Oh, I don't have everything. Usually, like I said, I usually have a list and everything written down, and I didn't do that because we wasn't live tonight. The first one was the Milwaukee, the almost millionaire Milwaukee chief. Well, that wasn't the first one. That was the second one. Oh,
I'm gonna go with Austin Police.
Then we got the Austin Police.
That's mine. I just
then we got the Dante Wright, Minnesota one.
Well, that's bullshit too, but not as dumb as not going to 911 calls.
5 officers sued Tesla, the 8-year-old, and Washington. Let me see.
It's hard to beat a police department not coming to the call.
Yeah, I kind of gotta agree with that one.
I immediately put my house up for sale. Screw that.
Yeah, when you call the police.
The number you have reached, 911, has been changed to a non-published number. No further information is available about 911.
So they get the Milwaukee Chief could buy a whole bunch of knot nuts with his money.
You're right.
So it's been, I'll say this, it's been weird not doing this live show and having people comment and interacting with people. So
Yeah, because it's almost like we're just sitting on the phone having a conversation at this point.
Yeah. So it has been weird because, I mean, I've always, always been doing the news ones live almost since it started, except for the first couple. Anyway, of course, I'll put something out this weekend. I do have I'll be working all day Saturday doing escorts, making me some money. Not Milwaukee Chief money, but making me some money.
We might be able to do 2 of them or something, because there's that other thing we've been talking about. Too.
Yeah, I want to do this thing on juveniles, and I've even got more stories on it. I might have to do
God, it just keeps building.
I might have to do 2 parts on that shit. It keeps building up. But anyway, like I said, if y'all have any comments or anything, email us, motorcopchronicles@gmail.com, on Twitter. Not real active on Twitter. Of course, Facebook, you can message me on Facebook. Email's better. Do have a Rumble account. Still ain't got no people watching no videos on Rumble. Of course, on YouTube, the audio and video on YouTube. You can like and subscribe on there. And if you'd like to be a guest, hit me up. I'm always looking for guests. It's the hardest part. Also, if you're listening on Apple Podcast, appreciate it if you'd leave a review. Give us some stars or not some stars or something. Prefer like 5 stars, not 1 star. Those would be most helpful.
Yeah, if you're gonna leave a 1 star, don't do it. Don't do it.
But anyway, it helps with the algorithms and everything like that. If you listen or watch on YouTube, if you at least like the videos, share them or something like that, that also helps with the algorithms on there until we maybe eventually get kicked off of YouTube. I don't know. They're starting to get more strict on their shit.
We really don't.
I try to stay political. Yeah.
Yeah. We don't push that agenda. So.
But anyway, people, watch your back, watch your partner's back, and remember to smile, because the Iceman could always be behind you.
Later, y'all.